Hello there, I'm back. This is Mo, and this is part 2. We're going to get into this discussion about this basic income. Now, the title of this video is The Rich, the Elite, and Basic Income. Okay, recently I saw on some talk shows and discussions on YouTube, and I also read it in the news too. They were talking about giving people a basic income. There are some countries that have been discussing the possibility that perhaps if you give the citizens of your country a basic income and you let them decide what they want to do with it, that it would encourage people to be entrepreneurs. It would encourage them to work because this would give them more freedom. It would also increase their ability to be more free to do what they want to do. Okay, now let's talk about what we want to do. Okay, most people just want to live comfortably. Okay, we want shelter. We want security in the ability to be able to provide for our families, like food. Okay, we want medical care. We want to be able to shop without so much pressure on how much we're going to pay for rent and all that. Now, let's look at this word, basic income. Okay. In an average town today, it is possible to get a place to live ranging anywhere from $350 up. Okay, depending on where you live, you can pay rent as high as $1,000 or more. So, if they decided to give you a basic income, wouldn't they have to decide the amount given to each person depending on where they live? Because the cost of living is an issue. Okay, you know, I remember when I first became a veteran, I was allowed so much for my disability. Okay, my disability right now is 70%, and that is because I have several issues with my body that prevents me from doing a lot of things. Okay, there are jobs that I would love to work at, but I can't work at them because I can't do that type of labor. But there are other jobs that I can do that I would be good at. But right now, I worry constantly about where I would go. If it wasn't for my husband, I probably would live in a little shack somewhere paying $300 a month rent and living on food stamps. Okay, it's that bad. The compensation I receive from being a veteran is not enough to support me. It's enough to pay rent, yeah, but it's not enough to afford a car payment, insurance on a car, medical insurance for myself, although I do get medical coverage from the VA. Buying groceries, having internet, paying electric bill. These things are expensive, okay? Now, I was adding up what it would cost me to live. A 3-bedroom apartment, okay, for, let's say there's 3 people in your group. If you get a 3-bedroom apartment, I found a reasonable one for $550 a month. Now, if you only have $1,000 a month income, basic income, that's all you've got, and you pay out $550 a month, that only leaves $450. And you've got to use that for gas in your car, groceries. You've got to pay that insurance on your car. Every month I make an insurance payment, right? Okay, and you've got to have your internet service. If you want to see anything online, you've got to have that. You might want cable television because God knows we got to keep up on what's going on, right? That's all I use my TV for anymore. So, $1,000 income, that's going to be pretty tight. You're not going to have much left. So if they decided to give you a basic income, would you still get your veterans compensation on top of that? That would work. I could live on that. That's great. My veterans compensation, plus if they gave you a basic income of $1,000, that would help me a lot because it would give me the freedom to be able to actually do a job that I enjoy doing and not worry about how much I get paid for it. I would also be able to pay into taxes, which I do already, right? I mean, I pay taxes on groceries and everything. I pay tax on the car, of course. So that would be a big help. So what do you think about basic income? Have you heard about it? Look it up on Google. It's pretty interesting. Okay, ideas on basic income for citizens of a country. I think it's interesting, and I think it's a possibility that should be looked into because the welfare system has not been fixed. People take advantage of it. I think there should be a limit on the welfare, okay? Really. When you've got women having babies just to get a welfare check, that is not cool. So, tell me what you think. Leave a comment there, and I want to discuss more about this. Please check out my next video. It's going to be about women and motherhood. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Bye.